What's up, El Paso? Welcome back to this week's episode of Annie's Adventures and Friends. I've got a full table for you today, so let's go on and jump on in. Let me turn the camera around and introduce you to all my guests. All right, let me back the camera up. What's up, guys? Thank you all for coming today. I love it. I got a full house. We're waiting for Paul, but he's going to be here in a minute. There's some traffic. So we're going to go on and start with Sunny and Louie from Death in a Hoodie podcast. How y'all doing today?
Doing good.
Thanks for joining me. And we've got Olivia and Luca, special appearance. We've got Pam and Ale with the Conservation Society of El Paso. Thank you all for joining today. And then, of course, we got Louie and Elsa with EBBA, El Paso Beauty and Barber Academy. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, as mentioned, we got a full house, and as always, we're going to go around and do a deep dive into each business. We're going to go on and also ask them what type of marketing do they do, and do they have any tips and advice for business owners out there, just to help everybody out, the community. If we can help you guys avoid some mistakes we've already made, all the better, right? We're here to help each other lift. So let's go on and start with Death in a Hoodie podcast. I know.
All right.
I'm excited. Thank you guys for joining me. I got to recently be on your all's podcast, which is amazing, El Paso. If you have not checked them out, you need to do it. I love it. I honestly did like a deep dive, and your content is so hilarious.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you guys are hustlers, like Louie. The clips and it's a lot of work you guys put into your podcast. So
he does it all.
She just sits down. It's
she's like, I'm here.
Eric, can't forget Eric. Eric runs sound.
Yes, so. Eric. Shout out to Eric.
Shout out.
He's at school. Yeah. That's good though. School's almost over, so we'll have you guys back on again. Yeah. So how long have you guys been doing your podcast? What is your podcast about? We know it's siblings, all the good stuff.
It's been a year now in April.
Yeah.
It was a year.
That's right. I was on the anniversary. Yes. Congratulations.
Yeah. So our podcast is pretty much about anything we want it to be.
I've just been making fun of him.
Right.
I'm usually right and he's usually wrong, so it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it goes by quick.
We agreed to make it a comedy podcast, so it's like nothing too serious, nothing too. But if like serious moments come, then it's organic. That's how you know, right?
We just try to have like a conversation between like siblings. Try to show like the dynamic between of us.
Yeah, and you also have guests on, but then you guys also do episodes just as siblings.
Yeah. So we try to have at least 1 to 2 siblings episodes per month, and then the rest will fill them in with guests, right? But the ones for guests, it's kind of like them involving, not really interview type, but just for like
a conversation.
To
see like who they are and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I love it. You guys had a really cool podcast warming party recently for your all's new podcast office, which is awesome. And I got to meet a whole bunch of cool other podcasters that I had heard about but hadn't really got to meet yet. So I think it's really cool too, because you guys are part of that podcast community, and you guys are doing really cool events around town even. So how do people find you? Just tell us about you guys. Tell us everything.
Well, as far as like the podcast community goes, it kind of, at first we thought like, oh, all the other podcasts are gonna hate us, you know what I mean? We're competition. And then Sunny was like, well, we don't do what they do.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
try to keep it like friendly so we can all work together and like show that there's more.
There's a slice of the pie for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what I ended up doing, I said, well, let's just invite a lot of the first guests that weren't like our siblings or our friends or family were podcasts. So I reached out to all of them, including you, and then just kind of wanted to know how everybody else like does their process and stuff. So and it's all different. Everybody's different.
Everyone has their style.
And there's no right answer.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever you want it to be about. So that's kind of like what we did. And since we got a bigger and better studio, we invited all of our guests back to come check it out. And also,
it's cool to see like how much support we have in the community.
Yes.
And then also just to like show that there's a space. Like I was telling like people that don't have a studio or anything, like if you want, you can come rent it and use it, and high tech equipment.
That's right.
You want to do, 4K cameras, all that stuff.
I mean, you guys have everything. You guys, it's like walking into like a radio station and sitting down, and it's pretty dope. Yeah.
Well, I'm still paying for everything. It's not all paid for, but yeah. which is why I want you guys to come rent. You know what I mean? Come rent the studio. We don't just do like studio. We can do like audio recording and stuff like that. So I mean, that was also something that we thought, well, people can see the space and see if they want to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys, how often is your show?
Weekly. Every week. Every Sunday.
That's
I try to be every Sunday, if not the latest Monday morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. And you guys are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify.
Yes, it's all Death in a Hoodie podcast.
Death in a Hoodie podcast is everywhere. The full episodes are on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. And the clips are Instagram, TikTok, and sometimes Facebook when I remember.
Yeah, right? Just click the button, dude. Click the button.
Yeah. But I always mess up because it goes to my personal account. And I'm like, I don't want that either.
Yeah.
So I gotta figure it out.
Love research. That's awesome. So you guys also, we have an event that we're actually going to be part of together. I want to do a little shout out to it. There's a pillow fight happening.
Yeah. So we have the pillow fight
They're
coming
forcing me to
up.
participate.
Same girl.
Yes. the Buzzed podcast set it up. Shout out to
the
Cujo
guys.
and Jules.
That's gonna be cool though.
It's gonna be cool.
Different.
At the Soggy Peso, it's to raise funds for the jazz exchange.
Yes.
And
When is
so June 14th.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah. Tickets are $20, but it goes to good
And,
cause.
yeah.
So.
And I think kids under a certain age are free. The party gets kicked off around 4 or 5 or something like that. We'll be all sharing the information on our pages too. So
I think it's all on all our pages right now.
Yeah.
After
Oh,
9,
Kids
you have to
Online.
leave.
There you go.
Kids under 3 are free, I believe.
Okay.
But the flyer, it'll say everything.
Perfect. But everyone's got a match. They got a pillow, and we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, I'm training already. I'm training. I went into the
training.
boxing gym with my pillow when I was hitting the bag.
I love it. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be fun. Whatever happens, man.
Yeah.
I think Jez is totally gonna kick my butt.
That's gonna be funny to
I'm
watch.
here for that.
She's fighting Jazz.
Yes, I'm fighting Jez.
Yeah, that was fighting Jessica.
Yeah, because I think you scared her, maybe.
Just
No,
secretly
just-
come over and we'll tag team.
Yeah.
Like, tag you
tap
in.
Sunny in.
Yes. I love it. So real quick, what type of marketing do you guys do, and do you have any tips or advice for other podcasts out there?
So it's this is kind of like a double marketing, if you will, because we have our podcast, and the podcast is cool, but our main sponsor is Zamorano's Monument Company.
I was just gonna say, do a shout out to
There you
mom
go.
and dad.
Yeah.
Shout out, mom and dad. And
For
so,
one
for when you need it written in stone. There
That's
you go.
right.
That's the motto. That's the motto. But yeah, so we started that, and it was no sponsor. It was literally at our parents' house, you know, in an extra room that they had. And then she's like, well, you know what? If we sponsor you, this will be a good way to market. It's really hard to market like a headstone company or a funeral home. So a podcast, it's kind of just like, okay, let me interrupt you and let me show you who's helping us, and go check them out if you need it, you know? And
Everybody will eventually need it.
right. But it's kind of hard to get like a
It's like a
TV
bittersweet
commercial.
Yes.
thing, so.
Yeah, a TV commercial or a radio commercial. It's like, oh, death, you know? It's
No,
like,
dude. I work at Leo Marketing. Let's talk later.
Well, yeah.
I got ideas.
But yeah, so that was kind of like our idea, was just to like push Zamorano's and get the studio, but also, you know, so that's one way that we market for our parents, for our family business. But the way we market ourselves is pretty much clips. Like if you have a podcast or if you have any type of content,
We'll
people
help promote it and stuff.
Yeah, you can help promote it. We can do ads for you, but if you're gonna like do ads for yourself, I guess an advice would be like, keep it less than like 90 seconds.
That's so hard to do. It's like such a challenging thing for me.
Because if you think about it, like you're on your phone, you're like
The attention
over
span
it.
is so little
Over it.
now. It's
Over
just
it.
like, it's crazy.
Yeah. So you have to grab the attention.
I love it. Well, I was like, the clip that we had together with the restaurants, dude.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah, it got
I was
like 40,000 views.
There's a bunch of you guys, and I'm just like, how do they do this? I've been doing this 12 and a half years. And I'm like, how do they do this?
Just
super cool.
Yeah, I just kind of like, I'm kind of a little bit of a copycat, to be honest with you. I watch what like other bigger podcasts
Yeah.
that are like,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you know,
They're taking
viral
trips
podcasts
to
are
help
doing, and I'm
spread.
like, let's do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work for us, it doesn't work for us, and I won't try it again. But it's worth experimenting.
Absolutely,
you know?
100%. It's
lot of
important to
pressure
do
on
that.
It's a lot of pressure on me. Yeah, and
You
it's just-
handle it well.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Post it. I'll repost it.
And then if I can tell that if Eric and Sunny don't like it, they won't repost it or like it, and I'm like, well, I guess I won't do
Son
that.
of a gun.
Yeah.
I guess I would
Yeah.
do that again. You guys are hilarious. I love it. So are you guys asking for anything from the community?
Not really. Follow us
Yeah.
and check us out. If it's for entertainment, it's not really anything serious. We like to joke around. I know that we sometimes talk about like death and funeral and stuff like that, but really it's to escape from that is what we do. So it's an entertainment basis. The other thing that I'm asking is if you guys want, we have another event coming up the day after Soggy Peso, June 15th, Father's Day.
Yes.
If you have nothing to do for Father's Day, go to the Dusty Tap. Us and A-Town Talk will be hosting the cornhole tournament.
How fun.
For the Dusty Tap. And it's for Father's Day. So if you show up, it's free to come in, it's free to play. And we're giving away merch as prizes. A-Town is giving away merch as prizes. A-Town Talk. And the Dusty Tap is giving away a speaker cooler thing.
The
really cool.
boombox thing. Those are cool.
Really cool. So, and all of that's free. It's just like they just want you to come, have fun, have a beer with your dad. And,
have some time with it. That's a cool event. Yeah.
So they have mariachis like at 4.
Dude.
And then right after that we do the.
That's a really cool event, and I haven't heard of many Father's Day events in general, unless it's like a car show.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So
there's
that's
a lot of car shows, which are cool. They're cool.
Yeah.
But this is something different, and you know, go have a bear with your dad.
Some
and
fathers like cornhole. So,
yeah. Who doesn't, honestly?
Cornhole's
Dude,
fun.
I don't know. It's crazy. And especially guys and kids, like they just will spend hours doing it. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're like, no, that's not reg. You're like, okay, dude.
So me, Sonny, and along with John and Eric are gonna be like the referees / hosts.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be fun.
Awesome. Dusty Tap, Father's Day.
Dusty Tap, Father's Day, June 15th.
And then do you want to talk about the Concordia event too real quick?
Oh, yes. I don't know, when does this come out?
Tonight.
Great. All right, if you guys have nothing to do this Saturday, May 31st, Sonny and I and Eric, you're going. We will be hosting a ghost tour / lock-in investigation at Concordia Cemetery.
I saw your face cam.
If you guys want to go, it's a lot of fun. The cool thing, if you've been to a ghost tour at Concordia Cemetery, it's not the same. We are the 3rd generation grave diggers from Concordia.
We grew up there.
We grew up there. We know
all the spots and stuff.
Yeah, I'll take you to places that no ghost tour has taken you to. Tell you stories that I'm sure you haven't heard, unless you've heard them from me.
That's awesome.
Or from her. So it is going to be a lot of fun. If you have, it's $20. It's on Eventbrite. That again is for a good cause. It goes back to Concordia Heritage Association, which preserves the history and the beautification of the cemetery as well. I have to do the model? Mom's gonna get mad, dude. And I'm also on the board of Concordia Heritage Association, so it's just to help out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, great. Did we cover everything?
We got it.
We got it all? If you think of something we missed, just let me know.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, on all of us, and El Paso, if you want, go vote for Best El Paso podcast in town and pick either Death and Hoodie, Annie's Adventures, whoever you like. Just go and vote.
No
support
pressure.
your locals, yeah? All right. You guys.
Yeah, I'm competitive.
I hear you. All right, ladies, are y'all ready?
We're ready.
Okay, Luca, look at Luca over there.
No, yeah.
I did not. I was like, oh my goodness, how cool is this?
I hope we're not making everybody nervous.
No. I love it. So, new name?
Yes.
New name, who dis?
Who dis? I love it.
Yeah.
You guys are one of my most favorite nonprofits here in El Paso. So anytime this is your house, you guys come in and we have some things that we want to talk about. We have summer camp.
Yes.
We've got Luca. We've got Lincoln Dairy.
Yes.
We've got all kinds of things. So I just let you take it away.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you for all your support.
Of
Last
course.
time we were together, we were actually at the farm.
Yes.
Right?
It was fun. We did a ride.
Yes.
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
hayride,
the hayride. That's
which
right.
was great.
That's right.
Well, this is Luca, everyone. Luca, you're trying to escape and jump
He's
into
ready
the
for
camera.
this close
He's
up.
one of our animal ambassadors.
Beautiful.
So now we're the Conservation Society of El Paso, and we have a collection of animal ambassadors.
Yes.
Ferrets.
Ferrets.
Parrots, rabbits,
Ferrets.
ferrets.
Yeah, rabbits. A beautiful snake.
Desert king snake named Rio.
Wow.
The ferrets, we were gonna bring them, but they're a little too stinky. I think it would have.
Yes.
Okay.
You got the reptile and you got a stinky animal, so we're like, oh.
We got a good combo.
Yeah.
But we're really excited to share, since we, became a new organization. We're really excited to share our summer camp
Yes.
with everybody, just because it's such a special and unique summer camp, because it's all about conservation, love of nature, love of animals.
And really, it's a very, very cool experience for
Yeah.
kids.
They love it.
Ages 6 to 11. This is what we had last year as well. And we're redoing it, adding new destinations in and around town.
Well, and that's what's cool about you guys too, is you're not just sitting in a classroom somewhere or in like a,
Right.
it's not the same thing every day.
Yeah.
You guys are taking them out on cool adventures
Yes.
and teaching them every single day.
Yes, that's right.
And so last year we got to go like even to Waco Tanks, which is amazing. A lot of kids have never been.
Yeah.
Most people have never
yeah.
been.
I had never been last year.
It's like right there, and it's so amazing. We saw like bats actually.
Yes.
There with the kids,
That's
like
super
wild
cool.
bats, which was really cool.
I don't know who was more excited about that. Me or the kids.
We all know who was excited.
I was like, kids, move,
Don't lie.
kids.
Quiet. Because Olivia here is a bat enthusiast.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
she was super excited to see
Yeah.
that.
What's cool about the camp is that it is an educational opportunity because our focus is education.
Yes.
Conservation education is at the top of the list when you think about what conservation encompasses. And a lot of scientists, researchers, all kinds of people believe that it is not only a crucial component, but it is probably one of the most important components.
Okay.
Because it's what sort of ignites that love of reptiles or bats or
Pollinators.
pollinators, the Chihuahuan Desert. And so with that education sparks that love, and then we know, as Steve Irwin said, when you love something, you want to protect it.
But without that connection, you can't really protect something, right? You need
Absolutely.
to connect and bond with it. So that's the experience we're bringing to the kids through these different destinations and with our animal ambassadors.
So it's super hands-on, super educational, but also incredibly fun.
So much
Yes.
fun.
It's just, I think, we were talking about it today, and in what world do we get paid to do this? It's crazy,
Right?
But don't tell our executive director that. But yeah, we have a lot of fun. The kids have a lot of fun, and it's just a really great opportunity to explore our beautiful city.
And the idea really is for the kids to experience that week during camp, but really to be inspired and take all of the knowledge they take in through that week experience back home and share it with their parents,
and their
share it with their
friends.
siblings, to really have a positive impact and become stewards of the environment and our planet.
Absolutely. So we have a week-long camp
Correct.
with 2 weekly alternating themes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it starts June 9 and it goes all the way to Friday, August 1st.
Okay.
But it's 7 different weeks that you can sign up for 1, for 2. And what a lot of parents do is that they'll sign up for 2 weeks because they're different themes, right? So week 1 will be our animal, Wild About Animals theme. And then the following week will be the Eco Heroes theme, and so on. And it's cool because each have their own locations that we go to. They have their own
Activities and crafts tailored to the
curriculums.
theme.
Yeah. So it's cool. So they get really 2 experiences in one because they're pretty much completely different. And they also get a really cool hat. They get a T-shirt, lunch on most days, snacks every day. A really cool take-home journal that they get to use throughout the
cool.
week. Yeah, they get to take their notes and then take home, and they can go back to that later as well. So it's really awesome. They get a lot of cool stuff, and it's just a fun time.
I love it. I bet you guys have so many repeating kids this year. Like,
do.
with
Yes.
yeah.
And you get to know their personalities,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, so and so's coming back. Like, we gotta remember.
Yeah,
that,
we got it.
you know.
But that's
I love
really
that.
very rewarding and fulfilling because then you really realize, right? You had an impact on that child, and they remember what they did and accomplished, and they want to come back.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's a really good sign.
And hopefully one day they'll come to you with an application. They'll be like,
Yes.
"Hey, guys, we're hiring, right?"
Exactly.
I
And
love
it's
it.
really exciting too, because at the beginning of the week, every week is for the most part is a new set of kids, right? So at the very beginning, you see the kids who are super extroverted, and you're like, okay, these kids they're gonna answer questions and they have a lot to say, and then you see those introverted kids, and they're still a wealth of knowledge, but then towards the end of the week, you see those personalities coming out, and not only has they sort of become extroverted, but now they've made friends, in the camp, and they're exchanging numbers, and they're gonna go to pool parties together, and so it's really awesome to see these kids really grow into becoming conservation guardians.
Absolutely. So, where do they go to sign up?
So they can go to our website, conservationelpaso.org. Everything is on there, everything that we've talked about. Our contact info is there as well if they have any questions. It's just a click of a button. They can sign up there, just fill out the information.
Give us a follow on Instagram.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Conservation
That's
EP.
right.
Yep.
On all of our platforms, Conservation EP.
Awesome.
Yes.
And so we have the summer camp, and then I know summer's coming, but later on next year for school, if there's anybody who's wanting to reach out to you guys to work with you or for a field trip or anything like that, they can reach out to you the same ways. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And now that you bring that up, Annie, we are a nonprofit, and
Yes,
so
you are.
volunteers are vital to us.
Okay.
Like a lot of the events that we do, we rely heavily on volunteers because we are a small team. It's
Absolutely.
5 of us, so we can't really, we don't have the manpower. But for big events that we have, we rely on volunteers. For when we go visit schools and bring our animal ambassadors there, for camp, and for many other things. So
Beautiful.
If you visit our website or log on to our Instagram page, you'll find our information there. There's a volunteer section where you can learn more.
I love that. Oh, I have to tell Sophia about that. Okay, cool. Okay, so besides summer camp, is there anything else that we want to talk about, mention, bring up today?
Nature nurtures.
Yeah, so we're super excited. We just put it on our website. This is our program that we just we just launched it, but it's Nature Nurtures, and so it's essentially we're bringing nature to you. And so it's schools can book with us. There's different tiers, so depending on how many individuals are you're wanting for us to engage with our program, you would pick a tier. But we bring our animals to you. We bring conservation workshops, hands-on workshops to you. We go over the Chihuahuan Desert, the biodiversity in this desert.
So it's like a mini snippet of camp.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay.
And we're taking it to the school.
Sure.
But in a classroom setting or a
That's so
corporate
cool.
setting, yeah.
Very cool.
So we've already have several bookings. People reserving us. We'll be at La Nube in June.
Oh, very cool.
This program, and so it's really exciting that we get to take our educational component and take it to people.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you can't get out or you can't go here or wherever. So let us come to you.
Perfect.
And we'll bring all of our scaly, not scary friends, and our furry friends too.
I love it so much. You guys do amazing work for our community and educating people about our area.
Yeah.
So like I said, anytime you guys need anything, you guys are always welcome here. What type of marketing do you guys do, and do you have any tips or advice for nonprofits?
We do everything in-house, especially now that we're transitioning into this new vision for the organization. We do everything in-house. And I think the key, and that would be my personal recommendation to nonprofits and any other business, is to be authentic and genuine. That's key.
100%.
And if you're passionate and you communicate genuinely, you'll get your message across.
I love it. I love it. Are you guys asking the community for anything right now?
Well, I think
Yes.
volunteers would be, probably top on our list. Of course, we'll never turn down a donation.
Yes, donations, yeah,
I'm not gonna say no
Just
to
saying.
that. But I think those two would
Yeah,
probably
to
be.
Yes,
sign up for our
donations.
camp, it's another way to support our
Yes.
organization.
Or spread the word.
Spread the
Give us a
word.
follow. Give us a share.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tell your
Interaction.
friends. There's so many other ways
Yeah.
besides a monetary donation. That you can
We all know
support.
parents out there looking for camp right
Yes.
now. So
Yes.
share the information. Absolutely. Do we cover everything?
I think
Do we
so.
go a little?
Well, actually, wanted to bring you a little.
No, you did not.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Oh, thank you so much.
You can think of us first thing in the morning.
You guys are the bestest with my chocolate milk. Nobody wants me on coffee. I'm just saying. I love it. Thank you guys so much. I
Thank you for
appreciate you
having
guys
us.
always. Real quick. I'm just gonna do a little sponsor shout out to my awesome sponsors: EBBA, El Paso Barber and Beauty Academy, and also the Crystal Gallery of El Paso. Check out these awesome businesses and tell them I sent you. All right. How you guys doing today?
Awesome. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining me today, Louie and Elsa,
Thank you
El
for
Paso
having us.
Beauty and Barber Academy. Let me go on and first off, you guys are brand new to the scene, yeah?
New to El Paso, yeah, absolutely.
So you guys are centrally located right behind Carlos and Mickey's by Bassett Place. It's perfect location for anybody, because you know how El Pasoans are. We don't want to drive to the west side. We don't want to drive to the east side. This is central for everybody. No excuses. Go get a higher education.
That's right.
So you guys go on and teach 5 different subjects. I'm gonna just let you take it away, and I know a lot about you guys, so I'm gonna throw in some stuff.
Yeah, so we started our academy. We wanted to offer as much as we could in one roof. So barber, cosmetology, esthetician, eyelash tech, and nail tech.
Yes.
So we figured that we wanted to be part of that educational community because I do believe in education, and I think you can never learn enough. Of course, when I was a younger guy, it's like, I'm done with school, but
Yeah, right.
you're never done. But it's exciting to offer all these different courses. The students that we have now, it's interesting. You never know who's going to take what class, and you're always, they're going to do this class, and you're like, nope, they're doing this class. And you're like, interesting.
Right.
Everybody has their ideas,
Sure.
But it's interesting, and we're really excited about the growth of our school, being part of the community. We have a lot of ideas that we want to do to be part of the community. We all want to offer, free haircuts for kids and for those types of events, just to give back.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're really happy to get launched in 2025.
Yes.
So we have a lot of goals, obviously. But the main thing is our real focus is really graduating a large number of people that maybe in the future can go on and reflect back and say, wow, I didn't realize the investment that they were going to pour into us. But now that I've left and graduated and have my own business, or I work somewhere, like, they've flourished, and that we could be a part of that success is pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I got to go. I got there just a little late, but I still got to meet the graduate of your all's last class.
Yes.
So you graduated to be an esthetician, and these are all careers that you can get done. Between I think it's 5 to 9 months, and being a brand new career. Have your own hours, your own flexibility with these types of careers as well. And plus, everybody that I met in the school generally, they just have a good time. They look like the students are they're all friends. They love their instructors. Today they're like, don't forget, today's pizza day. You guys take care of the students, and so it's a really cool academy in general. You guys are a private school.
Yeah, you're private unless you take a vocational through one of the high schools or EPCC.
Okay.
So, but other than that, everybody's private.
Okay,
but,
I understand.
There's no better place, I think, to be if you want to be in the beauty industry. And I'm not just talking about our school, but if you are serious about that, go anywhere.
Yeah.
Get your resume built up and really learn. Go ahead.
No, it's just funny because that you say that. Today I went in and I got my nails did with one of the nail techs. First time I've had my nails done in a long time. But they were, we were talking about just recession-proof jobs.
Sure.
And careers. And I feel like with beauty, anything with beauty, right? That's recession proof. We're always going to want to feel good. We're always going to want to have that extra confidence. We're always going to want to get our nails done or our makeup or whatever. So I feel like in this field, it's an incredible opportunity, and it's a protected opportunity as well.
Yeah, I do. I think, I heard something a long time ago. I think it was Mary Kay Ash talking about when she was really young and started Mary Kay, that women would really save for that lipstick because it was really important for them. And so if you look back at all those large companies, those large corporations where they started was with one person with an idea. And beauty, I think, is an interpretation, because there's a lot of beautiful things and a lot of different things that you never really realize that are beautiful. And everybody expresses herself differently. So you have that artistic side, and then for self-expression, but I think you also have that other part of somebody really wanting to be that creative person and beautify their community,
Yes.
if you will.
Uh-huh.
But it's such a great industry because there's a lot of things that you can do with it.
Absolutely,
You know.
absolutely, and you guys also help with job placement at the end. Just a couple of things, you just have to be 17 years to start. We have morning, evening, and hybrid classes, and dual language.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sí.
Sí. I love it.
Déjame te comento un poquito
Yes.
en español porque nuestra academia es bilingüe 100%. Tenemos nuestros instructores calificados con experiencia, hablan los dos idiomas, inglés, español. Tenemos los libros también en el idioma que tú lo prefieras. Somos locales y somos para nuestra comunidad.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Elsa.
Yeah, that's why I thought to make a great team. She's great in Spanish,
Yeah.
and I'm okay in English. You know what I mean?
We're the perfect combination.
I love it. You guys are. So, is there anything else that we haven't mentioned yet that we want to make sure that we touch base?
You know what? I learned something today.
Tell me.
I learned that the Texas Workforce Commission helps people who are kind of lost, they don't know what they're doing, and they need to be a part of a program. They sometimes will sponsor education through an accredited and licensed place, and I think that's amazing because I learned that today. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And we're learning as we go, but I mean, if anybody's like, oh, I can't do it, I can't afford it, there's companies that will sponsor your education.
That's interesting.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
is. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you guys, how do people find you right now? So that way they can go on, and if they're interested in getting a tour, registering, how can they reach out?
You can call 915-289-8088. El Paso Beauty and Barber Academy.com. EBB Academy. So it's EBBA, but it's Academy on Instagram. And we're just, we're pretty much at that point right there. We haven't started all the other television and radio
Yeah,
yet.
I mean, you guys have just been open a few months.
Yeah. So we're getting our feet wet with our marketing
Absolutely.
plans. So
Yes. I love it.
And
so, do you guys have any tips or advice for businesses out there? And what type of marketing do you do?
my advice is go to Annie's Adventures.
Oh, you're the
That's
best.
my advice.
These guys are
that's
so
the
sweet.
best.
Yeah, you know
You're
what?
so sweet.
Because through you, I learned a lot of little tricks that I didn't know.
Yes.
And because I would always pawn off my marketing, I've always been in sales, so I pawned off my marketing to somebody else. And now, getting involved with Annie's Adventures really has helped me be confident to post stuff where before I thought, man, that's kind of goofy, I'm not going to do that. But, I'm a lot more confident. I'm not perfect, but, I do appreciate Annie's Adventures for that.
Oh,
I
I
really
appreciate
do.
you guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
No, thank you guys. And so, do you have any tips or advice for businesses or academies?
Yes, number one, build relationships with everybody.
Yes.
You never know what you're gonna get or you're gonna give. I would say no matter where you go, just be yourself and be genuine about somebody else, right? I lived in California, Los Angeles for 35 years, right? And everybody's worried about themselves, right? And so I realized that is like not the way to really develop relationships. So a friend of mine, and I'll give a shout out to World Boba and Coffee.
Oh, World Boba, we love
That's
that.
the
Yes, the best coffee. So my guys over there at World Boba, he was telling me, go out and ask somebody, how can I help you with your business?
There you go.
That's the best thing I could tell anybody. Go help somebody.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
love it. I love it, guys. Thank you so much. And are you guys asking the community for anything right now?
Just spread the word. If you
There
need
you
a
go.
haircut, you need
Yes.
come in. We'll cut your hair.
I
Come and
love
see
it.
us. Come and
Yes,
see us
and
anytime.
reach out. That's a good point. So today I did get to go in. I got my nails done with Candace. She did an amazing job. And you guys need subjects from time to time to practice what they're working on.
Absolutely.
Then all they have to do is call and get put on a list. Right now it is a free service. So I would highly recommend you guys check it out. You're helping a student learn and grow their education. So it's an excellent, come on, look at this. We're talking about pedicure next time. I'm just saying. Anyways, so thank you guys so much. El Paso, share the word. You guys know people out there. You know people who have kids that aren't sure what they're wanting to do, or maybe you know someone who has a son doing barbering in the bathroom at high school. Just share the information, right? Let's help them get their certificate, get them starting their own career, and go further. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. Thank you very much.
What's up, Paul?
Hello.
How you doing today?
Hello. Doing good.
Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So, Paul, you're with Remax in Las Cruces.
Yep.
Awesome. Real estate agent there in New Mexico. You've been with us before.
Yep.
And so we just wanted to kind of see what's going on the market, I'm not going to lie. I've been looking for a place on the border of El Paso and New Mexico myself.
Sure.
So it's good to know, like I see on the El Paso side, prices are dropping. I'm not sure how it is in New Mexico. I know that taxes are less and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to let you
Sure.
take it away.
Okay, cool. Well, first of all, thank you so much again for the opportunity to
Of
be here.
course.
Traffic was a little bit crazy getting over
Oh,
here.
it's all good. We live in El
Figured it
Paso.
out.
That's a thing now, right? Traffic.
Sure. So I've been a licensed real estate broker for just about 7 years.
Okay.
I'm originally from El Paso, Texas. Moved over to New Mexico about 15, 16, 17 years ago.
Okay.
Went to college at NMSU. Actually, that was one of the reasons that I did move to New Mexico. My mom, she wanted me to get the lottery scholarship.
Oh.
That's one of the things that New Mexico has to be able to get kids through college. They pay for a huge portion of their education if you're a resident of New Mexico. Hint, hint.
Yeah. Okay, I like it.
So my mom, she let me paint my room orange and green. She got me a PlayStation. She was like, please come to New Mexico to live with me.
Shout out to Aunt Virginia.
Yeah,
Awesome.
exactly. She was like, and it was great. I mean, I do love El Paso. There are a lot of beautiful things in El Paso.
But it's so close.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's all kinds of different opportunities for all kinds of people. So look at your situation. Maybe Las Cruces is a good fit. Different lands have different kinds of feels, different opportunities. So feel free to come to New Mexico, come to Las Cruces, come check out the vibe. It's funny, we have a builder in Las Cruces right now, Icon Homes. And they're a big builder here in El Paso, but they just started in New Mexico in Las Cruces.
Okay.
But our vibe, our style, we're so close together. But here it's a lot of Hispanic, a lot of Mexican culture, similar in Las Cruces. But in New Mexico, we bring a lot of Native American vibes. It's a lot different. Albuquerque is like the New York for Native Americans.
Okay.
In the powwows, you see all kinds
Oh
of
yeah, I
different
would go every
tribes.
year for that. I loved it.
It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artwork. So that's a little bit of the difference that New Mexico brings. We bring that New Mexican vibe, the Native American culture.
It does have a very different feeling.
Sure.
Like I can tell when I'm in Anthony, Texas, and in Anthony, New Mexico. It feels different. The neighborhoods feel different. I don't know if you guys have experienced that, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it's funny because they tried to build houses that they build here in El Paso over there in New Mexico.
No,
and
we're not having this.
Yeah, they're having a really hard time kind of with their first run of houses. But New Mexico is a lot more like the adobe style, Southwest, kind of looking a little bit more like Native American homes.
Yeah.
Like Santa Fe, something like that.
Beautiful.
One thing that I did kind of want to talk about here on the podcast, I kind of wanted to take it back to basics a little bit. I know, like you said, prices are dropping, interest rates are a little bit high. People are, and really, I feel like there's always an opportunity in the market. It's like owning a business. There's always some way to pivot, market towards a different group. So you just got to be a little bit nimble and kind of find that sweet spot in the market no matter what's happening. But I do kind of want to just take it back to basics a little bit and talk about the importance and why homeownership can be such a big deal and can up your financial game in general all across the board. So I want to talk about renting. That's probably the most common mode of housing, right? So people will rent, they have a landlord. All the money that they give, 100% of the money is just going to the landlord.
Right.
And then at the end, when you move out of that rental property, you don't get any of that money back. all that money you're giving 100% to the landlord.
And the equity that you helped raise goes to the landlord.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have any of that money.
Yeah.
Maybe you might get some of your deposit back. What's that? Maybe like $500.
Right.
If you're lucky, right?
Yeah.
There's not some dings on the wall or it needs to be repainted, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so you rent out, say you used maybe $5,000 in maybe like a year, maybe more, however long the term is of the rent, and you get $500 back from the deposit. Okay, that's one model. So when you buy a house, some people might be intimidated because houses are maybe $200,000, $250,000. People might think, oh man, I gotta save up a whole $200,000, $250,000 in my bank account. How am I gonna do that? I don't have enough. I don't have $200,000 in my bank account. So what's done in home ownership is you go through a mortgage company. The mortgage company will lend you that money, and a lot of times you only have to pay 3 to 5% down of that $200,000, $250,000,
Right.
which is like $5,000 or $10,000. Hope this isn't boring.
No.
But I'm trying to give a little bit of basics
Yeah.
of like, okay, so
Like if you're renting, maybe consider, because again, rent is not cheap nowadays.
Sure.
It's basically paying the mortgage for a house, yeah?
exactly. And so if you can just save up $5,000 to $10,000, maybe something like that, you can be able to purchase a $200,000, $250,000, which is probably a good amount of price for a home in Las Cruces for a starter home. And homes are a little bit more expensive in New Mexico. We have lower taxes, but the prices of the homes are a little bit higher.
Okay.
So, like I say, save up that $5,000 to $10,000, and you'll be able to own a home. So,
Right.
then all the money that you pay on your mortgage, that's all your money to be able to take home at the end of the day when you do sell your property. Instead of maybe $500 from your deposit when you move out, all the money that you pay off on your mortgage, that's all your money. You're going to be able to keep that money.
Right.
Plus, I'm going to give you an example on my own home. I bought a starter home about 4 or 5 years ago for $92,000. My home is worth now about $160,000, $170K.
Wow.
So literally just by living in my house, I made $60,000, $70,000.
That's so cool. I love
Plus the money of however much I'm paying off my mortgage. This is why homeownership can be so important. And people that are maybe not so scared of maybe the interest rate is a little bit high, but what about the interest rate of a landlord? A landlord charges 100% interest. You get none of that money back. So a bank might be charging 6 to 7% interest. It's a much better deal across the board.
Right.
Anyway, so that's kind of what I wanted to bring, a little bit of that information, a little bit of that knowledge, why homeownership can be so powerful for
Yeah.
somebody's finances.
Absolutely.
Once you start building this egg, you can move that over. Say I sell my house, I now have $100,000 to put into another property. People wonder how they can keep buying such expensive properties. But you start with that initial investment of a first-time home, and then you can just invest that money however you like.
Or keep it and then rent it, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make it a
Different
rental property.
options. Yeah, I love it. I did not know I was going to buy a house when I bought my house.
Sure.
But it was like the best decision I ever made. And just similar to you, I bought it for like $75,000. I think it's worth like $170 right now.
Sure.
Just in 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's $100K literally just by living in a house.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more risky, right? Like, so if I don't pay my bills, my house can get taken away. Versus renting, you don't really have to, I guess technically your landlord can kick you out, but it doesn't really affect your credit. So it's a big risk. You're betting on yourself. You're saying, okay, I'm gonna make this investment, I'm gonna make this happen. But on that same token, I feel like making decisions like that makes you make sure that you make the money to make it happen.
Yes.
You're like, I have to make it happen. So I just read a book called The Immigrant Edge by one of the most famous real estate trainers in the world. His name is Brian Buffini. And he talks about, what do immigrants have? He's an immigrant from Ireland himself. And he says, what do immigrants have that makes them so successful in the United States? And one of the main things is they come here and they don't have a safety net. It's like that same thing, you gotta make it happen. So again, it kind of is a little bit, it's scary,
Yeah.
right? You're like taking on such huge debt.
But everything's scary the first time you do it, right?
Sure. And if you look at the big picture, how much it can really improve your finances, it's huge.
Yeah.
I want to say one more thing too. So I got super lucky, and I recently just came back from Italy. I get to take a beautiful trip up there. But I do want to say it did make me grateful for some things here in the United States. We were in Naples, Italy for a long time, and they have compound after compound after compound after compound. And that's the houses that they live in. They don't have a yard. They don't have their own home where they can kind of do whatever they want to it. So we have a unique benefit here in the Southwest to own our own home, have home ownership. We're not, and I guess it's a lot of bigger cities in the US too, right? Like New York has similar situations, California, where you're just kind of all living in the same building. But so that's another advantage to kind of look at all the benefits that we have here in the Southwest. We have all this beautiful land. Like Annie said, you can make a rental property. There's all kinds of business opportunities that can come from owning a home, Airbnb, rental property, all kinds of things. So,
Absolutely.
a lot of big benefits. So even if you don't move to Las Cruces, I come here to highly recommend home ownership. And
I love
it like I say, it can be. Oh, the other thing is, so there's always opportunities in the business market. So yeah, right now interest rates might be a little bit high. That means there's not so many buyers in the market right now. That's an opportunity to try to get a better price on the home.
Right, negotiation room.
Yeah, since hardly anybody's putting in an offer, now it's in the buyer's court.
Yeah.
A lot more of the times. Okay, there's not that many buyers, so I'm gonna offer maybe $10,000-$15,000 less. So
It's opportunity for sure.
yeah,
It's a buyer's market.
definitely. If it's time for you to buy a home, if it's something that maybe you're saving up for, you're kind of like, I feel like it's just that position where it's kind of building up. Try to maybe educate yourself as much as possible on the situation instead of getting scared, because there can be so many benefits to owning your own home.
100%. So, but if you are interested in getting a home in Las Cruces or New Mexico in general, how do they find you?
Yeah, so you can find me at pbraden9 on Instagram and on Facebook. My direct phone number is 575-418-0784. También hablo español, si ustedes necesitan ayuda en esa manera. Soy agente de bienes raíces, 100% de mi tiempo, 100% full-time real estate broker in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And so I'm really, really passionate about trying to help people to improve their financial situation. Let's get you a house. Let's get you, like they talk about generational wealth, right? Like a lot of these big families that they have these huge real estate tycoons, but even just being able to share a house for your family, it helps with the generational wealth. So many benefits to owning your own home. And the other thing is there's a lot of studies that show that when people own their own homes, it makes them more proud of their community. They start taking better care of their community. Think about like a lot of rental properties. Sometimes they're not taken care of the best, but when people own their own homes, it brings out a certain pride in the community. It's like, no, this is my home, this is my community. Let's make sure that everything's taken care of.
Absolutely.
So that's the main thing I wanted to just kind of bring it back to basics of like, why is home ownership so important?
I love it.
And what can this do for people is it's a huge superpower. And like I say, people might get scared, but if people are scared, it's similar to the stock market. That's the time to buy.
Yeah.
Buy.
I love it. And I gotta say, just from my experience with you two, you're honestly like the sweetest. You send Easter messages. I got my postcard from you recently for spring with a pack of seeds. You just this little sweet gestures, you know what I mean? And not everybody does that. I'm telling you, I've been looking for a house for a couple years now, and most people have not called me back.
Oh dang.
So
interesting.
period. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So,
And that kind of piggybacks off what this gentleman was saying.
Louis,
how you maintain those connections, and you never know where your business is going to come from. Actually, and one of my favorite lenders in town, we were having a conversation not too long ago about how, like, you also want to kind of work with the little guys sometimes, the person that they're trying their hardest to make something happen. Because you never know where those connections are going to come from. He talked to me about, like, he helped this person that they were, like, trying to make it happen. And for years and years and years, finally, he was able to get them a house.
so rewarding.
But now they refer him so many clients.
100%, yeah.
Back to back to
I
back.
bet.
So, and I firmly believe in that. I mean, really jumping in and helping the little guy. Like I say, trying to help build somebody's financial situation. Yeah, real estate, there is like this glitz and glamour aspect to it. But it really is digging in and fighting for your clients and really helping them to try to get them into a good place.
I love it.
And so that's what I work to do on a daily
Awesome.
basis.
So real quick,
Yep.
what type of marketing do you do? And do you have any tips and advice for real estate agents out there?
So what type of marketing that I do Facebook live videos probably about once every 2 weeks. I probably should be doing them a little bit more often. I do a lot of posts. I make my own flyers for all my open houses. I do a lot of open houses too. I feel like with the digital age, it is important to have a social media presence. But also digging in, shaking hands with people, doing things in person. I try to do a lot of
Community outreach, yeah.
Sure, and just like open houses where I'm meeting people face to face, and also taking them gifts. I mean, or like mailing. Literally taking my time to like write.
A handler, yeah, seriously. It's like you're super sweet, and I've never experienced that before. That's why you just stand out to me, and that's why I wanted to have you on the show again, because I think your information is important, and if people are serious about buying a house, you're gonna help them, and so that's why I wanted to have you back on. So
Cool.
Thank you, Paul.
I appreciate it, and so I've been working with some clients for years, and we're trying to make it happen, and sometimes we run into speed bumps and things like that. But I'm really willing to dig deep and do whatever we got to do to try to make it happen for you.
I love it.
And if anything, just kind of talk shop about what's the best thing to do. Maybe it's time to wait. Maybe right now is the perfect opportunity for you. So try to be the best coach in your corner that I can possibly be.
I love it. Awesome.
yeah.
Did you want to ask anything from the community?
Possibly.
Yeah, tell me.
I'm a chairman of the care committee at RE/MAX, and we're doing a huge fundraiser for our veterans.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, for the Honor Flight program.
Okay.
So we're committed to trying to sponsor one veteran to be able to sponsor their Honor Flight. The realtors at RE/MAX have been so amazing. We're almost there. We need to raise $1,200, and we're at $800 right now.
Nice. I love it.
If anybody wants to donate for the Honor Flight program by 4th of July, that's our goal.
Deadline. Cool. Tag me in it and I'll share it too.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely
Cool.
will do. But that's the only other community thing we do. And as chairman of the care committee, I'm really digging in this year to try to reach out to the community, try to help people out. Just try to help
I love
as
it.
much as I can.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for driving all the way out here, Paul. I appreciate
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Happy to do
you.
so. All right, you got it.
All right, El Paso. I told you we had a jam-packed, awesome show today for you. Be back next week. I've got another show the next 2 weeks coming up. But I do want to do a quick sponsor shout-out and thank El Paso Beauty and Barber Academy, the Crystal Gallery of El Paso, the Conservation Society of El Paso, so El Paso Family Dental. If you guys need aligners or any dental work, tell them I sent you. And also Star City Studios. Like, oh my gosh, I literally couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you so much. They had an amazing event here last night for creators all throughout El Paso. Like, it was jam-packed. It was super cool to meet so many creative people here. I got a headshot. I need to check my emails. But it was awesome. They have another event here this Friday. It's 4 different artists that are going to be performing. Just make sure to follow Star City Studios so you can see all the cool upcoming events coming on here. And then also Rampage Strength, my gym, my trainer, Ethan. Thank you so much to all my sponsors. Also, I do want to mention, check out the pillow fight. Get your tickets, come support us all. You know, the money goes to a nonprofit, so it's for a great cause. And then, of course, vote for us, best podcasters, and then also El Paso best social media influencer. I'd greatly appreciate your vote. If you don't mind, the voting does end at the end of the month. It's for El Paso Inc., best of the best. And then, of course, I do just want to say a shout out to my grandma Yoli. I love you so much. All right, bye guys.